All right, I'm back today. Just want to talk about a little bit about yesterday, how yesterday finished, and then I've already taken a couple of actually two trades today. I meant to only, well, it was one trade, two contracts. I only meant to take one contract, slightly over leveraged for a little bit of the trade. Ended up working out, but it's one of those things. We'll go through what I'm talking about. But anyways, this was yesterday's trading kind of went, this big, huge bull flag, if you want to call it, popped up, took my trades all through here. And I talked about, this line being the gap fill line. Where's that? Yeah, there it is. So this line being the gap fill line right there, right? So it gapped down and then we worked our way all the way back up. And I said that, I thought that yesterday we would get to that gap fill. We did right before the end of the day. All night long we sold off, and then during the day today we come back up and then skyrocketed, blasting through. I want to show you a little bit of my trading view so I can show you the gap fill again right here on this 5 minute. These were the trades that I ended up taking right through here, or at least these are not the trades. This is where I ended up taking my trades, anticipating that the gap would get filled. It did, and then here we are today. The blue lines, the three blue lines, are the Monday range. So the Monday high was set yesterday at about right there, at the end of the day. So we got a pretty large range that we can work with. We have put in this nice, let's go to the 15-minute chart. You can see that better. We have put in this nice trend line that you can see. We started right here and then we bounced pretty good right there. We bounced again. Actually, let me move it up so it could be right there on those bodies. As you can see, touching the body here, touching the body there. We broke through but did not close below. And this is on the 15-minute chart. And then, today we just kind of pulverized through it, went through the Monday high like it was no big deal, and actually, kind of touched into some areas of liquidity and stuff from yesterday. So I'm looking at this line right here. If we do decide to turn over before we go higher, this is going to be the break and where my mind would probably start thinking we're going to trend down to the median, and if not the Monday low. Not saying that's going to happen. I don't know where the market's going to go. But so anyways, that's a good visual of what's happening over the last 2 days and today. And let's go ahead and get into the trades. Took them on the 1 minute chart, way up here. So the morning opened up down here and just kept going. I stayed away from it, stayed busy with the classes. Again, this is during the day of me teaching. Stayed busy with the classes. Eventually came back, kind of saw an opening right here. All right, so we get up to this point, we started consolidating to the right. I really liked this candle. Let me get my drawing tools. I really liked this candle right here, that big red candle, and then that immediate rejection green candle, right? That went higher and closed. Even though we were kind of consolidating to the right, I loved that. And on a 3 minute chart, I think it looks pretty good, but I took the trades obviously on a 1 minute chart. Let me get those out of the way and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Zoom in a little bit more on this trade. Again, took it right here. We broke through, came up, started to go. This candle come down. As it started to come back up, that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to get into this trade. Unfortunately, I had two contracts set up and I meant to only have one. I don't know if it was automatically set for two contracts because that's what I was trading the micros on, but I'm not on the micros. I'm on the NQ. So when I actually took the trade, no, I didn't. I actually put one like lower and then it kind of went higher. So I put another one. And before I could cancel that first order out, it had dropped down and got me in both, which I just don't want to be over leveraged, right? That's where I usually get myself in trouble is I'll over leverage in certain moments. So you can see I got in my first contract here, second contract there, got us both in, went into some drawdown, right? Got all the way down into here. I think I was down like $400 at one time on one of those contracts. So it was 800 total for both accounts. I ended up moving one of those contracts basically to break even. I think I made a couple of points, a couple of ticks off of it, and got out. And then I ended up setting the other one for a 10-point move, and we moved on up. And as you can see, 213 per account for $427 a day. We were within $430 of closing out this account. We were within almost $800, a little over $800 closing that account at the same time. It's because I've taken a couple of extra trades with this account instead of this one. I'm probably gonna, if I do find another setup, I may just trade out of the second account instead of the first one, although it really doesn't matter. Um, I might just keep copy trading on. But again, if you look at this pattern, we had this huge push. I wasn't going chasing. I waited until we got some consolidation, and then I saw this area of this right here, right? That right there is what caught my eye, right? If we were going to break down, it would not have rejected that. This big green candle would not have came in. When that came in, I decided, okay, we're probably going to go long. And I got in what I thought was a pretty good entry in the beginning, even though I got in twice. If I only got in one of those contracts, being this pullback would not have bothered me at all. But I accidentally got in two. So that pullback was a little nerve-wracking because, I mean, if it had broke below and closed below that, I would have probably gotten out for that $400, $500 loss. Unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, it didn't. It started to go long like I thought it would, and ended up getting out of both of those. And you know, some of you have been like, "Well, if you hadn't, gotten out of that, look how much you would have made on both of those contracts." And I mean, yeah, you're right. But my initial plan was one contract. So the fact that I was able to get out at break even on one, lower my risk to what it needed to be, I was okay with it. And even though I thought that we were going to, break here, if not here, I only wanted to be in one contract. So I didn't want to over leverage myself. And that has been the reasons why I've lost accounts, so many accounts in the past, is that I've just over leveraged for absolutely no reason. You've got more than enough time to get these accounts in a month's time on 90%, on $15. You got more than enough time if you just go in and just take your time, 10 points here and there, and in and out of the market as easy as you can get. And like I said, I have over leveraged too many times in the past, and I just didn't want to do that. So I got out at break even on one, and then got my 10 points on the other. And then the market continued to consolidate. We made a high, and then we come back down into this range. And then, we kind of broke out again, and then now we've come back down into this range, and it looks like we've got some talking. If you go to Forex Factory, I'm going to update the calendar. As you can see, we've got the FOMC has spoken. This is not really an impact of news, so apparently it's just kind of exhaustion maybe because I will not be trading here. Obviously, it's going to be 4:10 in the evening anyways. This is going to be the dead time. I'm not going to be trading during that time anyways, but I definitely wouldn't be trading when he's talking, period. Our JOLTS job openings, not good for the dollar, good for the market. It's the reason why we probably started moving up as fast as we did. But now that we've started consolidating into a slight range, it's probably a good time. I've made a little bit of profit today. There's no reason for me to keep trading, so I probably won't keep trading. I just wanted to jump on and talk about this trade, and I'm in and out pretty good. And even though, some of us might feel FOMO where we missed out on this huge move, I'm not trying to make that huge move. Like in my mind, I'm looking for 10 to 15 points. If it goes 20, great. But more than likely, I'm going to be setting my exit at 10 to 12 points. And I'm looking to see, does the market have a 20-point move in it? And that's where I'm trying to get in and get my 10 to 12 points, because we zoom back in right here, you can see that entering here, and my mind is thinking that we're at least getting to this point. Well, at my entry, this right here is 10 points. This right here is 20 points. So I'm only trying to extract half of that move, right? And again, unfortunately, I was in with two contracts that one, so I was a little over leveraged, didn't like it. But even when I got out and I only had one contract, I still only looked for 10 points. I was in at about 46. I got out at about 56. So I say this was 10 points, not right. That's only 6 to 8 points. So this is my 10-point move. This is the 20-point move. So I'm assuming overall that we could probably come up here. However, that is the initial spot. So if we break and close above that, then I can be confident that we're probably going to keep going higher. So therefore, the 10 points between here and my entry is enough. So anyways, that's my thought process. It's complete price action. I know that I have this champion cross on here. I only have that on there to kind of give me a like a moving average look to it. I usually don't even have it on the chart. But really the only indicators that I use and pay attention to are the ones on my trading view, which is the Monday range and the VWAP. Right. That's usually the only ones that I look at. And as you can see, we're starting to come back down to that Monday high. If we break through this, I'm looking at that line, this trend line right here. If we break through that trend line, we're definitely coming to the Monday median and possibly the Monday low. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. I'm just talking like as the week goes on. So anyways, I don't want to waste any more of your time. I appreciate y'all being here and watching these videos. I've been getting a lot of clicks and stuff on the videos, and I appreciate that so much. If you want to, like, share it, subscribe, leave me a comment, interact, ask questions or whatever. I do not mind. I'm as transparent as can be when it comes to this stuff. I don't really use a whole lot of strategies, I don't think. I just look at what price action is doing. I like to play the candles. I did go through ICT concepts for a long time, taught ICT concepts to a group of people. So I'm very familiar with ICT concepts, liquidity, and all of the other things that he talks about with the order blocks and, gaps and filling of the paint rolling and stuff. But anyways, I'm not going into all that. So I appreciate everybody being here. I will be back hopefully tomorrow with another update. So again, thank you.